teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's Gibson to start the drive. Powers through him. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On first down, right back to Gibson. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. Now, this defense for the Eagles, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 5. Powell changing the play here. 2nd and 5. Terry McLaurin. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Jordan Davis, just a monster on that play, stopping it from going anywhere. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. 2nd down, Howell now. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. You look at this Eagle defense. They're a tough unit to throw against. Currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. 3rd and long, here's Howell. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at the 20. Now a man picked up on draft night this year, DeAndre Swift. It's a room to maneuver. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Throwing is Hurts. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So the coach putting the blitz on, and remember, that coach former defender in this league. He loves this.
Yeah, they love to see it happen because I think they just have that flashback about when they were playing, right? That's what we were taught. That's what we did. And they use that same impact with their own teams and do the same type of teaching.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. A handoff running left is Gibson. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. That's big Jalen Carter, the rookie, able to get him down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times. And what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Howell. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Howell. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Keely Ringo picks it off. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Daron Payne, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. From the gun, it's Hurts. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
63.
Hurts sets up to throw it. This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with a throw to the safety valve, but it's 4th down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is caught. And he will not make it. They stop him short of the 1st down. There are times to run that fake, and there are times to not run it. And this, without question, would fall in the latter category.
Well, I don't know about without question, but I think we should look at the analytics on this one because, oh, yeah, the analytics say, yeah, without question. You should have gone ahead and punted the football because now, not only did you not get it and you really had no chance to, what a short field that you turned the ball over to the other offense.
Josh Sweat coming in strong and dropping him behind the line of scrimmage. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Here's Howell to throw on 2nd down. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Oh, Thomas unable to reel that one in. And it takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. You look at this Eagle defense. They've certainly had their struggles against the run. The 30th ranked unit out of 32 teams in the NFL.
The numbers are definitely not in their favor, but every time I click on the film and watch them, I see stretches where they play against the run really well. Their biggest problem, when they give up those explosive runs, those 30, 40, 50-yard runs. That'll really mess up your averages.
And McLaurin, the motion man right. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. Sly able to put this one through. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And that flag accepted. A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Gibson. A nice display of powerful running, but it takes him only to the 7. He's dropped there. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd down, Howell back to pass. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
3rd and 1. Howell's going to throw it. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Antonio Gibson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Commanders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Joey Sly to kick off for the Commanders.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Out of his end zone, here comes Jalen Reagor. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Hey, let's go.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Once again, it's Swift. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Well, that one will get him halfway to the first down marker. 7 yards makes it 3rd and 7 now.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
It's 4th down.
They're going to try and throw. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Gibson here running out of the gun. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Powell. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 30 yards. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So remember now, this was all set up by the stop defensively on 4th down. That's what got them this great field position. And then 2 plays later, they're already in the end zone.
Yeah, partner, funny how it works like that, huh? That's a momentum swing amusement park style. Your defense comes off the field, bouncing, grooving, they're fired up, and it carries over to the other side of the ball.
Joey Slye now to kick off after the touchdown.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
They're going option play on 3rd down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
A loss of 5. It's 4th down.
73.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and that will force a turnover on downs. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
And Howe will throw it. This is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 23 yards on the play.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
Now they bring a receiver in motion right. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Commanders take a 3-touchdown lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Here's Rager. He's going to bring this one out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
First down.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 61 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
23-yard line.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. His throw caught right around the 6. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
Eagles, first down. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Here's Swift. And he is out of bounds here. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
They'll run right here with Swift. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Still a ways from the end zone as they come up now on 2nd and goal. One more time with Swift. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal.
Hey, 73.
Back to throw here. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. How you like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you?
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Well, so much for being backed up against their goal line to start the drive. He gave some breathing room and then some. I think the defense really got caught thinking safety, trying to stack the line of scrimmage. And oftentimes, if you can get past the initial grouping, there's a lot of room to run. The defense actually fortunate that didn't go farther.
Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Second down and a run by Robinson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. This time they'll throw it with Howell. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. On 3rd down, Robinson. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Tressway on 4th down is sent out to punt. Here comes Rager. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime. And he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
2nd and 10. Back to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Hey, easy, 63, bad. Kyle, let's get it.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Airing it out deep for Smith. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaughan. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. Here's Rager. He's going to bring this one out. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in 1 drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit, as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
And it appears the offense is going to try this again. They've yet to convert the first 3 times on 4th down, but they're going once more. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. A give running right, Gibson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Hassan Reddick coming through with a stop there and a tackle for loss to boot. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now he'll look to throw it. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to get the football back at their own 17.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10. At their own 17-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. A big play there for Philly. 46 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. Hurts fumbles it. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. From the 7, it's 2nd and 5. Once more, Gibson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And that one never got off the ground. He's going to be stopped up well behind the line of scrimmage. Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Sly able to put this one through. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
Here's Rager. He's going to bring this one out. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Their own 26-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Good.
Hurts. Going deep here for Watkins. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
There defensively.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Robinson, he'll try the left side. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr., his first touchdown on the year. And the Commanders have opened the lead up to 30. So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it on 4th down. One play, touchdown.
Yeah, and I've got to put this on the man in charge, the head coach. He made the decision to go for it. To me, when punting was the only decision to make, and it backfired on him in a big way.
The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
Joey Slye to kick off for the Commanders.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And some room to roam now. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 83 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Taken down at the 47-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On 2nd down, Swift. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 38-yard line. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. But not many guys who can blow up plays like Chase Young. He did it again there. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
Now the 3rd-year man. Here's Kenneth Gainwell. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline the hold, and that's going to lead to a 4th down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. Throwing is Hurts. He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
No touch. 63. No touch.
Back to the running game with Swift. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 6 with the ball on the 7. They're going to look to throw. And this, incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Hey, 73, 73. No touch.
He'll drop to throw. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no zero. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for 2.
No touch. No touch.
They'll try and throw for it. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by Washington. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Robinson up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The offense on 3rd down, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 11. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Al now to throw it. And his throw is incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Little bootleg here. Howell. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground.
And another one to the total of Josh Sweat, who surprised many with a Pro Bowl season in 2021, but he certainly earned it. A career-high 11 sacks.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Eagles are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Intercepted. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for Philly. 53 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. The end result, 21 yards. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
63. Now let get it. Hey, thumbs up, alert.
From the gun, it's Hurts. On the move to his left. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now back to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. He'll look to throw. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. A great effort there. With now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Eagles are able to cut into that deficit. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, he might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Hurts will throw. And he'll get in. And they're going to draw themselves 2 points closer. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by Washington. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Howell. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Intercepted. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
No touchdown.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. He'll find Swift out of the backfield. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DeAndre Swift, 43 yards. And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Robinson gets the toss on the right side. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They need 18 yards here on third down. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. Oh, that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on third down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on third down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
Go Silver, ready?
On 1st down, Hurts. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50%. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
Late game situation, things seem to be unraveling just a little bit, and that's when you start forcing the football, mainly out of necessity. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete, nearly picked off.
Second down, here's Hurts. He's got his tight end, it's Albert Okuroga now. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 26. And Hurts going to move him around. They'll look to throw again. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Here's Hurts to throw. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Now 1st and goal.
Hey, Silver.
Hurts. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Passing lanes, tough to come by with so many defensive backs on the field here late in the game. And it's not just the number of bodies, it's their quickness and their agility that makes it tough to complete a pass.
second down. Here's Jalen Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Third down and goal coming up here.
73.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And this is going to be caught. So defensive final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. That's caught. And they will not get the 2 points here, but it wouldn't have mattered anyways. And that will be the final snap of the ball game. Well, an interesting finish to this one. They get in the end zone at the end of the game. Then they went for 2. It wouldn't have mattered. The game was over, but they didn't get that 2-point conversion.
I think trying to get the 2 points, that was for pride for them. But obviously the guys on the other side of the ball had some pride too. They stopped the 2-point play, even though, as you noted, it did not matter. So both teams battled to the end.
So for the Commanders, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.